be.
Far as I'm concerned, this is like 9/11. Tony wanted our attention? Fine. He got our attention. Now we wipe him off the planet.
You know that fat cocksucker says I look like the Shah of Iran?
Who does?
Tony. I never got that at all.
Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland, 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 Dixieland. Praise the rally, oh, this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race.
That better not be Columbus up there. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Dixieland of the Proletariat. We're here to talk about Southern working class history through a leftist perspective. Make sure to like us on social media at Dixieland the Proletariat or Dixie Prole. And if you want to give your wages to a bunch of rednecks, then subscribe to our Patreon page at patreon.com/DixieProle. We got a lot of cool stuff to give you, including random artwork by Brother William and random hillbilly shit from Tyler. This podcast is still brought to you by Newport's 100 in a Box, Camel Silver's Black Coffee, and going to the gym because age isn't just a number, but death counting out loud. Shout out to our new Patreon subscribers. We got Blair, Nico, Kieza, and Adam.
Nico Bellic.
And y'all, we're going to kind of break from the mold real quick, but Tyler has an announcement that he wants to give real quick.
Well,
It's a very proud day.
for the past, I would say 2 years, I considered myself to be a staunch fucking anarchist. But today, in the great words of the great Fidel Castro,
Yes.
I am a Marxist-Leninist.
Yes.
And shall be one until the end of my life.
Yes. We converted one. He left the infantile disorder, or whatever Lenin called it, and has embraced the actual science of
Has he joined the PSL yet?
Marxist Lenin. That's the last stage as you join PSL.
When can I kill rich people's children?
I was like, my mom, we were watching something about the royal family, and my mom was like, oh, this is stupid. It's like a tourist attraction. I was like, yeah, all royal families should end up like the Romanovs. Bang, bang. All right, y'all. So we are going to break from the norm real quick. We know that there's like a bunch of opinions of what's going on in Iran right now, and like World War III, we're gonna get drafted. I'm too old and too fat to get drafted, thank God. And so I know there's a lot of a bunch of white dudes giving their opinions, and we kind of we understand that, and we definitely did not want to be in that mold. We wanted to focus more on Southern working class history, but because this is such a big thing, and because our very own Brother William is a Muslim himself and studies Middle East history and Middle East politics, especially Iran and what's going on, past, present, and projecting what's going to happen in the future. He talks my ear off at work all the time about it. I probably understand about a third of what he says.
And I've been cooped up on Facebook.
And he's been cooped up because he got a 7-day ban for saying that Americans are idiots on Facebook.
That's hate speech.
It's hate speech, apparently. So without further ado, we're going to talk about this. We're going to try and do it better than everybody else. But just some Will's point of view from his expertise, we're going to let him talk about what the hell is happening now in Iran. And without further ado, Brother William. So I guess we're going to start from the beginning. Like, how did this all come about? Like,
I think thankfully now it seems like the tensions have cooled, and I think that the best possible scenario played out is that Iran got to save face. They got to fire their missiles off. They gave the Iraqis warning. They turned around and gave the Americans warning.
Yeah.
It was something to satiate a domestic audience that demanded some kind of revenge.
retribution for...
Yeah. But
Yeah.
neither country wants war. I think that Trump, for all his bellicosity or whatever, was talked out of it, thank God, from escalating any further.
Good thinking Bolton's not in the fucking cabinet anymore because he's chomping at the bit for war.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All those neocons are back. So much for draining the swamp. All right, Will. So how did we get to this point? Like, backtrack a little bit before you get into like modern areas and more along what I would say is your expertise. But like, how did we get there? So we like MI6, BP, and the CIA.
I think, yeah, like
overthrew the
Americans have the shortest memory when it comes to this political history. I mean, I guess that when your hand is in so much of the world fucking it up, it's hard to remember It's world history, basically, right? So it goes back to 53, something that Iranians remember pretty well. The overthrow of Mossadegh after he tried to nationalize Iranian oil fields, which were then run by the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, which the precursor to BP.
Okay.
And Western powers reinstalled a Shah who was overthrown in a constitutional
That was Phil
revolution
Leotardo,
earlier in the
right?
century. Yeah, that's who the Phil Leotardo
Yeah.
guy is. Reza Pahlavi, whose son
So that was actually his name? Like, I never. So what was the Shah's actual name?
Reza Pahlavi.
Okay, I never actually
It's
knew
the
that.
Pahlavi dynasty.
Okay.
It's crazy that those are the most pathetic people on earth. The
He's
people that
pretty
want to
brutal.
reinstall the Shah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that everybody in Iran knew somebody or had a family member that was disappeared or tortured by Savak, the security services.
Okay.
This, you hear like the people when we hang out like up at the bar or whatever.
Yeah.
You hear people talking about like, oh, in the 70s, Iranians were over here and their children were at Maxwell or whatever. Like, yeah, those were the fucking torturers. That was the class of people that you were.
And
You know what I mean?
You always see like conservatives and a lot of liberals post that meme was like Iran pre-revolution. It looks like Western society, and they show like Iran post-revolution. It's women in burqas, and they're all like they try to push this notion that they're oppressed. So like it's so. But I figured, and I was reading somewhere that when you see people like at beaches in bathing suits and they look like Western, that was basically the upper class that were in line with the Shah.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
necessarily
just the
working
urban elite. Because
Yeah.
back then, the Shah didn't care about the poor. The agrarian reform, I think I wrote something. I really got to brush up on it. The agrarian reform that he tried in the 50s or 60s was just a total failure. And it left everybody in debt when you collectivize the land or whatever, and then pass it out to little patches to people, and then don't give them any access to capital or equipment. And everybody has to rent the stuff or they have to figure it out. Nobody can make the land productive. There was like no money put into irrigation. So everything is like half-assed toward the rural population, which is also more religious, right? So when you like suppress your political rivals in Iran, it seemed like the opposition seemed to turn to the mosques.
Okay, so they went to the one area where they could organize the best, and that was the mosque, because it was already that groundwork was already there. That foundation for organization was already there. Like how the Catholics in Ireland with the IRA organized through the Catholic Church. Like obviously, rural radicals are going to organize through the mosques.
And very much like the Catholics in the IRA, there was a kind of an alliance between the left and the religious elements when
Yeah.
they were at first, during the early days
It was
of
like the enemy
revolution,
of
in
my enemy type
opposition.
deal, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching documentaries about that, and then so can we let's fast forward then. So throughout the 50s and 60s, you have the Shah, and in the 70s he's starting to wane kind of in power because he's getting sick, right? The Shah ended up dying of cancer.
Yeah, he had to come to America for treatment.
And
or I don't know if
so
that was.
to get to so I guess we'll take Revolution 79, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that before we get into it.
So Khomeini, to the Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, to the much chagrin of much of the Shia establishment who preferred to stay out of politics, starts to enunciate this. It's called Valiyat-i Faqih, the guardianship of the Islamic jurist, to say that like there should be a clerical rule that clerics should have like the final say in the state, and criticize the Western, basically colonization through the Pahlavi regime or whatever, the decay of Iranian society, and swept into power when the revolution finally did overthrow Pahlavi.
So in 79, so that's when the hostages and all that other stuff happened. Was it?
Yeah, I mean that wasn't the Iranian government. That was like the student-led movement. Yeah.
Now, did they end up the student-led movement? What part of government do they, I guess, assimilate to? Like,
these are. I think Ahmadinejad was one of the students.
yeah, but I
who took
remember
hostages.
him saying
No
that
shit.
like, apparently
yeah.
Ahmadinejad was all about taking the Soviet embassy because he felt the Soviets were more a threat to Iran because of communism and atheism than the West, and then they end up taking the U.S. embassy because I don't know. I forgot what it was in some documentary. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of the way that the Soviets treated the Third World was, as a battlefield in the Cold War. There was kind of like a third positionist movement in Iran, right? So, or a third worldist movement.
Yeah.
And then Ali Shariati, who they called the ideologue of the revolution, I think he died right before in '78 the revolution happened. it was the perfect representation of this kind of fusion of Marxism and then Shia symbology, which has always been a religion that celebrated the losing side. It celebrated victory in the odds of overwhelming oppression that translated very easily to the masses. Shariati, y'all should read Red Shi'ism and Black Shi'ism, and then Fatima is Fatima. Those are like two works to understand a little bit about like how this symbology works and how it works so well with the fusion of leftist politics.
Yeah.
There was even one Ayatollah, Talagani, who again, I think he died maybe just months into the revolution. They called him the Red Ayatollah because he wrote.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So why do they call him Red Ayatollah? So yeah.
Because he had a sympathy for Marxism, and his sons both joined. I can't remember the name of the group. I hope it wasn't Mujahideen al-Khalq before they got wild, but it was some other Marxist party.
Was there a Communist Party of Iran that they joined, or was it like a?
I'm not sure if the Communist Party because it would be so associated with the Soviet Union.
Yeah, true.
But,
so they joined some leftist organization.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Talagani wrote like a work on his opinion on religious matters and the
Yeah.
collectivization of property, which is
Okay.
like a really interesting read. It's not like that.
We'll try to. If you send me some links to those, I'll put them in the description so people could look at it and maybe download it if there's any for free downloads, or even if it's a link to the book where you can buy it. But so
Pirate that shit.
exactly, pirate that shit.
So this seems like
Yeah.
counterintuitive that you would have this relationship between the Iranian left and the clergy, and it's true. Like it does break apart very quick.
Yeah.
The death of Talagani, what a lot of people think maybe he was assassinated. The death of Shariati, a lot of these bonds that transcended these communities or whatever, dissolved away, and then the Iran-Iraq War started, and it just galvanized people who were trying to hash out a constitution. It galvanized them behind a government that said, we have to unify, we have to defeat this foreign invading enemy, Saddam Hussein,
Yeah.
propped up by
the U.S.
the U.S. and the French communists.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Can you go into that some?
The French communists I think they had like a pro-Baathist element or something, if I'm remembering that right.
Yikes.
Then because of the Khomeini was in exile in Paris.
Yeah.
And there's a relationship between the French left and Iran, and I think that soured a bunch of, you know what I mean?
Okay. So this is like they're like so they're like fuck Iran because of whatever. So we're just gonna
Yeah,
back.
the
Sounds
idea
like
that
a
it's a
bunch of
bunch-
Trotskyists. Sounds like they're just Trotskyists, like opportunists, like taking advantage of like, oh, we're just gonna back Iraq and the Baathists, even though they're just basically
The world's
very
most
close to
deportable
fascism.
man.
Yeah, just very close to fascism, and just because they hate Iran, it seems like some Trotskyist bullshit.
So, it was the death of Talagani that killed the Iranian left, and then it was the Iran-Iraq War and the Mujahideen al-Khalq, the MEK.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. So let's go into
They flipped sides and they sided with Saddam during the Iran-Iraq War, and they just have since then been totally discredited, and have killed tens of thousands of Iranians in bombing attacks, assassination attempts. They were responsible for assassination attempts in the first few years of the Republic that really, caused a security crackdown, and supported by the U.S. They were a terrorist organization for a long time. I think Barack Obama took them off.
so what are they called again?
The Mujahideen al-Khalq.
So the Mujahideen al-Khalq. So like, what's their ideology? So like, are they like?
It's like ever shifting. It's bullshit. They started as a Marxist party that was like inspired by Shariati, but when they sided with Iraq in the Iran-Iraq War, they became essentially a cult. And now they've totally done away with the Marxism because they have to rely on the patronage of like Rudy Giuliani and Howard Dean and Ed Rendell that go and speak at their conferences.
Peter King is up there too.
Fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
In fact, Pompeo just started telling people at the State Department not to be associated with the MEK. That they're like, they're so unpopular in Iran.
Really?
There's like no natural support base for them.
All right, so we went over some basics. So what would you say was the next big thing? So you got the Iran-Iraq War, the
So 90s
MEK.
hits. You have Khatami, like a liberal period.
any reforms under him, or can you go
Yeah.
into how
They start privatizing sectors of the economy. I think it's the same like
ugh.
neoliberal
Yeah.
the bullshit that happens everywhere else. Protecting they call the Bazari class, the merchant class or whatever. And then I guess the big thing is 9/11, when the U.S. turns its wicked eye
Yeah.
toward the region.
So before we get into that, because everyone's saying, "Oh, Iran's a dictatorship," like blah 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 blah. So obviously, you have the Ayatollah, who's the supreme leader.
Their
but-
constitution is fucked. Their constitution gives way too much power to the supreme leader.
Okay.
But to call it a dictatorship, I don't know, man. I mean, it is. I mean,
So like, you have the supreme leader.
I can say over there, the candidate that gets the most votes wins.
Yeah, unlike
right?
here, obviously.
Unlike here. And you
So-
might say like, oh, well, they block out certain people based on parties or ideology. Oh, that would never happen in the United States, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
We get two choices, and there's a lot of overlap.
Two wings of the same bird. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one there, Will. But so you have the Ayatollah. They have the president. Who's what's the name of the president now? He's pretty moderate.
Rouhani.
Rouhani. And then there's two chambers in their parliament, kind of.
Oh,
what we're
I
saying.
forget their
You said
parliamentary.
the House of there was the Council of Experts,
the Assembly of Experts.
Assembly of Experts, and they're religious leaders.
Yeah, almost all of them are
And
clerics.
then what would be their? Do you know the name of their like commons that like people get to vote on? No,
I
but-
forget it. I forget their parliamentary structure.
But
I mean,
they-
it's like they have parties that are banned, right? I mean, you can't be a member of such and such party, or you can't advocate. But in the same way that you can't advocate for the destruction of the U.S., right, and still run for political office, this is just
Yeah.
not going to fly. Like, you try to register that down at the post office or whatever, and they're not going to let that fly.
The Islamic Consultative Assembly. So it's the Iranian parliament has it's unicameral. So there's
Yeah,
the,
one. Okay.
Okay, so there's 290 seats, and you have
Set seats for religious minorities, ethnic
exactly.
minorities.
So the PCR is the majority party. I don't know who they are, but okay. So you have they actually have they have their assembly, and then they have their
PCR is it principalists?
I don't know. You're the expert.
That's the two. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I don't speak Farsi. I tell you, I do follow some great people on Twitter, and I have read some pretty good books. I follow. You should check out like their tag signs, whatever, at Mideast Witness, at Assyrian SR, and at Iraqi Security. These are like three guys that I don't necessarily endorse their opinions, whatever, right? And don't take everything they say for fact, but I've found them to be like pretty useful sources of information on the ground stuff. And then I've read Vanguard of the Imam by Afshan Ostavar,
Okay.
which is about the IRGC, the history of it during the Iran-Iraq War, and then actually talks about Soleimani up until I think
Okay.
2015. It covers his campaign in Syria and then again in Mosul.
Now, okay, so we've gotten a little bit of history. We've gotten how the government, to our knowledge, interacts or works. So there was get to 9/11 and that passage you read me from the book. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, all right. So soon after 9/11, the Bush administration dispatched Ryan Crocker, then a senior U.S. State Department official, to engage in secret meetings with Iranian diplomats in Geneva and Paris. The two sides discussed potential U.S. operations to uproot the Taliban in Afghanistan. According to Saeed Hussein Mousavian, then the head of the SNSC's Foreign Relations Committee, the Iranian delegation was pursuing two objectives. Iran's delegation consisted of 3 ambassadors, 1 anonymous member of the security establishment responsible for Afghanistan, likely a member of the IRGC's Quds Force. It became apparent to Crocker that through the deliberations that Iran's delegation answered to Qassam Soleimani, the Quds Force chief. The Iranians eagerly shared intelligence on Taliban positions. In one meeting, the lead Iranian negotiator gave Crocker a map that identified Taliban locations. Crocker recounted the exchange in an interview to the New Yorker's Dexter Filkins. He recalled the Iranians saying, "Here's our advice. Hit them here first, hit them over there, and here's the logic." Crocker asked if he could take notes, to which the Iranian diplomat responded, "You can keep the map." At one point, the lead Iranian negotiator told Crocker that Soleimani was very pleased with our cooperation. Unfortunately, President Bush's Axis of Evil speech in January 2002 ended any budding trust. Crocker, who was stationed in the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, met with an incensed Iranian diplomat the next day. "You completely damaged me," the diplomat said to him. "Soleimani is in a tearing rage. He feels compromised." I mean, think about how easy the Afghanistan war might have been, how much easier if we would have had cooperation from Iran, who shared an enemy, right?
Yeah.
These people like persecute Hazaris and persecute Shia in Afghanistan.
Now, what book is that?
This is from Vanguard of the Imam.
Okay.
By Afshan Ostavar.
Yeah. So I kind of wish I actually read the Afghan papers that have just dropped recently.
Oh, they've been bullshitting. They've been bullshitting.
So what do you mean?
Oh, I mean, just to tell the public that it's so easy. We've made progress. They haven't made. It's just a 17-year
Isn't that what the-
quagmire.
isn't that
This
what the
truly
papers-
is the
yeah.
graveyard of empires. I mean, it has
yeah.
the nickname for a reason.
I mean, yeah, we had the British Empire, the Soviets, and then us. We've all been bogged down.
Yeah.
in
Inshallah,
Afghanistan.
right?
Inshallah. But the thing though, with the papers is supposed to. I just read the headlines. I need to actually read the papers and the articles about it. But it basically is like the Pentagon Papers of our time. Like it's just like the war was bullshit. We mismanaged it completely, and it seems like that quote is the start of the mismanagement. Like Iran was willing to help us, and then Bush was like, "Oh, access of evil."
The designation of I think that the U.S. mindset against Iran, at least the national security mindset, they are so cucked for 40 years. They got their fucking asses whomped. Carter got embarrassed when they released the hostages to make Reagan look good. The Iran-Contra scandal, right? They've just been...
Ollie North.
I'm telling you, dude, Iran, despite... It's much like Cuba. Despite U.S. sanctions, being
Yeah.
at the focal point of this U.S.-led bloc in the international community, just thrived. I mean, we just keep handing them wins.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so 9/11 happens, war in Afghanistan. What about the war in Iraq? How does Iran fit into this?
So we take out Saddam Hussein,
Mm-hmm.
and the Shia population for like the first couple months, they love us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's when legit people. This is where you get all this
Muqtada
footage.
al-Sadr.
No, not yet, not yet. And it's crazy
Sadr
because
City.
Sadr is one of the shrewdest politicians in Iraq, and now he's a piece of shit. But he's backing the U.S. over Iran. He sees this as an opportunity to keep the U.S. in to prevent Iran. I mean, fundamentally, he's an
So
Iraqi
what
nationalist.
you're
right?
saying is Trotsky came back as Muqtada al-Sadr.
I don't know enough about Russian history to make that comparison. Sadr is wormish. But they say Soleimani killed Americans, right? But Sadr's got far more American blood on
He's
his
got
hands.
true bodies.
Yeah,
He's got
true bodies.
All right, so then what? How does it break down? Like obviously shit goes wrong. So what happens after they're happy that we took out Saddam, who's a Sunni?
We talked with
Ba'athist?
on the Iraq War episode, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the society just dismantled. Sunnis realized for the first time that they weren't actually a majority of the country. Shia took over parliament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the sectarian violence just got cranked up.
Yeah.
And that's where you have the rise of ISIS, which was born out of Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, or Al Qaeda in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
I think they changed their name in 2014,
'Cause of the JV team, don't
2013
forget.
to ISIS. Ooh. Surprised that quote doesn't get used more often than the
When Obama called them the JV of terrorists
Of
or
terror,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Fucking drone king.
No, these are like the. It's like Al Qaeda is like the the Generation X, and ISIS is like the Zoomers.
Oh god.
Who are the millennials then? Who are we?
I don't know. I didn't think about it too much.
We're Hezbollah.
No.
No.
Opposite end of the spectrum, my friend. God, dude, my dad. When my dad asked me if I was like sympathetic to ISIS or whatever,
Oh my god.
and I had to tell him like, no. The other side of the go the other way. No, but ISIS swept in fucking nightmare. I mean, Nazi shit. Swept into Iraq and Syria, and before 2015, before the Russians were helping the Syrian regime or whatever, they didn't know if ISIS was going to sweep into Damascus. I mean, there was like fighting on the outskirts of Damascus.
Yeah.
And Soleimani was the architect of building the on-the-ground militia Shia response to ISIS to defend, I mean, not only Shia, but the Alawites,
Yeah.
the Christians, And then, this isn't as with Syria. You got to understand that 60% of the country is Sunni. So if every Sunni was fighting with the opposition, the war would be fucking over, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So the regime represents some degree of plurality where they can say, at least we won't fucking chop off your head, right? And then Soleimani is the one who basically saves the regime. He orchestrates the Russian entry into the war, and that just kind of blocks the Americans out. I mean, we were funding ISIS in Syria. We were funding HTS. I forget their name.
Didn't
now.
we practically train the motherfuckers?
Oh yeah. No,
I remember reading some articles like Pentagon-backed forces attack and fight against CIA-backed forces.
I think it was Thomas Friedman that fucking wrote in the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times in 2015. There's an article saying should we be funding ISIS against Iran? Satan, the great Satan.
But how does this is this another the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Because how do I?
That's the way we think of it because we have no skin in the game.
But the thing is, how does an Iranian-backed Shia force align with a Ba'athist Sunni? I mean, well, no, it's Assad was Alawite. So but basically, how does you just have the Iran-Iraq war where you have Iran versus Ba'athist Iraq? So how do we get to Iran supporting supporting a Ba'athist?
The Ba'ath Party split.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. This the Syria and
Syria
Iraq.
Supported Iran during the Iran-Iraq war.
Oh, okay.
And that is part of the calculus for Iran's long-term strategy in building, all these NatSec fucking ghouls. They call it the Shia Crescent. And this idea that the Shia operate as one solid unit to act in accordance with the Ayatollah's will or whatever across Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Iran.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. I mean, when they say in the news all the time, they say Iranian-backed militias. It's you're my friend, I support you. I'm your friend, you support me, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're buddies, but we operate independently of each other.
Yeah,
it's sure they share resources. They share intelligence and sometimes organizational capabilities or whatever, but fundamentally Hezbollah and Kataib Hezbollah in Iraq and the IRGC, they operate independently, a lot of times in concert, but not at the direction of Iran.
Okay.
The Houthis, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they blamed, I forget the name of the facility in Saudi Arabia, when the fucking Houthis
that
droned it or
oil,
whatever. They used that Ababil drone.
Yeah.
It's incredible what
Are you
they've got
saying
done.
Houthi?
Yeah.
Like what the 5%ers in New York yell at people on the fucking side of the street?
What did they?
Call people fucking Houthis and fucking Moabites and goddamn Edomites.
I don't know about Houthis.
I'm talking about the Black Israelites.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
They're in trouble now.
Ooh, yeah.
They've got Dav Havik. Did you ever run into him?
Listen, let's not dive into that for the love of God, please. Let's not dive into that.
Big head scientist Yaqub.
Oh my God.
Shout out to all my Yacubians.
I'm just anyway, Will. Well, okay. So back to Soleimani and Syria. So he heads up their anti-terrorist. What is it called? The Quds.
He's leader of the Quds force.
Okay, so talk about his strategy in Syria. So what did he do?
So he organizes the fighting on the outskirts of Syria, and then he gets Russia involved in the war. I mean, what's so unique about him is that he operates as a general and as a diplomat, and he's able to make these connections between people that fucking hate each other, like he was able to do in Iraq, which is even more impressive, I think. So, after Syria in 2013, 2014, a lot of people accuse him of ignoring Iraq and letting ISIS grow while he did the fighting among the rebels outside Damascus. And when ISIS took over Mosul, which was before a city of 1.8 million people, I don't know. I've been saying size of Philadelphia. I have no idea how big Philadelphia is, but it's a huge city. Mosul was a huge city. And ISIS swept in, and the army that we trained, the Iraqi army that we trained, gave up their weapons and left. And stripped their uniforms and fucking left. And if you can imagine, if you went into a city of 1.8 million people, what's in the bank vaults, right?
Yeah.
What's in the police, what's in the arsenals? What's in the police stations?
So that's when you start them seeing doing donuts in tanks.
Yeah. No, it's fucking crazy.
They turned that bitch into GTA Online.
Yeah. and ISIS tax collectors. You know, people talk about what it was like under occupation by ISIS. They didn't leave the house. People like women didn't fucking leave the house because you had to wear gloves. They would come to your house. They'd knock on the door. They'd say, "We're taxing you. Here's the bill. If you don't have the money, we'll take your furniture. We'll take your car. We'll take whatever."
Shit.
They were building Mosul had the car bomb factories where they were taking fucking Toyota Hiluxes and they looked like what the Elon Musk car and just strapping metal plates to the Toyota Hiluxes
Yeah.
and just shipping them out to run them into checkpoints.
Jesus.
It was fucking awful. And Sistani, Ayatollah Sistani, who's the highest cleric in Iraq, called on Shia men to respond and to fight against this, like, just the fucking plague, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Soleimani was part of this coordination between co-religionists, right, Iranians and Iraqis who together share a faith, to wipe out this existential threat. And he's the one that built the PMUs that got them working alongside the Peshmerga, the Kurdish forces in Diyala province. And really, I mean, like, we did the airstrikes, right? But all that did was fucking hammer ISIS, send them underground and kill civilians. These people went like street to street fighting and lost tens of thousands of young men just martyred to free Mosul for what it is today. For Donald Trump to sit there and take all the credit.
Wait, so who led the charge to free Mosul?
Soleimani
Okay.
was the general in charge of the operation that liberated Mosul and that liberated most of Iraq, most of ISIS occupied Iraq.
Gotcha.
I mean, their territory was eaten up, but the people that really did the fighting on the ground, it was the Syrian regime, Rojava, the Kurds, the YPG, and the PMUs, the Hashid al-Shabi, the popular mobilization units that Soleimani headed up, and Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, the other guy that was killed, who was an Iraqi national, which is, again, just fucking mind-blowing that we can drone the greatest general in our lifetime, that we can drone him alongside an Iraqi national at the Baghdad International Airport, right? Just fucking 6 hours before Trump was on the phone with the Prime Minister of Iraq. They baited him in there.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, it's twisted. And now they're trying to come up with explanations about how there was an impending threat and, well, he was a bad guy. I don't know if you saw it, but when they had the Senate briefing or whatever the other day, and Mike Lee, the Republican out of Utah.
He was pissed.
He was pissed. He came out saying, "This is the most insulting thing I've heard in 9 years in the Senate." They told us not to question any of the rationale for escalating it further. The one that really got him and Rand Paul so pissed off was a hypothetical strike that took out the Ayatollah,
Oh,
Khamenei,
God.
that would be appropriate under Trump's powers or whatever
Jesus.
and wouldn't need the approval of Congress. And they are flipping their shit over that.
Yeah, because that would start a fucking war.
Yeah. And undoubtedly. I
Like
mean,
killing the Pope.
Yeah.
by the way, all these like people talking shit in the military about how we're going to wipe out Iran. You will never march into Tehran. You will never.
We'll get into that. We'll get into Millennium 2002 in a second because I watched videos and I looked that shit up. That was wild. But so talk about the general in Syria. So like go more into like I guess Syria and I guess Lebanon when it comes to Hezbollah. Like how does Hezbollah fit
So
into
hold
all
on,
this?
hold on. Let me
Right.
like what I'm taking away from this general. How do you pronounce his name?
Soleimani.
Soleimani. What is for
Qasim Soleimani.
Yeah, General Soleimani. Everything I'm taking from this, because this is all real new to me, sounds like a fucking hero.
He is a hero. He's a hero.
Hey, no, guys, he killed Americans.
Well, it's on
okay?
a battlefield, right? It's part of the game, right? You signed up to fucking go there.
It's just like what was that dude?
I will say this, there is criticism, right, of Soleimani. A lot of people in Iraq see him as a sectarian villain. A lot of Sunnis see him as this, like, arch nemesis of the Sunni population there. And I can't, I'm not Iraqi. I don't know the complexities. I don't really speak Arabic, so I don't know to what degree this is true.
Yeah.
I know that 400 people were killed during the last couple months in Iraqi protests. And a lot of times it was these PMUs that were responding to riots. People that were rioting legitimately or protesting legitimately for against slow progress made in their living conditions.
Because there was huge protests like for a month ago, like in Iraq or leading up, and they just stormed the embassy. Like this whole like protests against the government.
Now that embassy, the people getting pissed off about that was Kataib Hezbollah.
Oh, that's Hezbollah.
That was Kataib Hezbollah. It's the Iraqi group.
So they're Shia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Now,
they got so pissed off because Trump launched an airstrike on them that
That's
killed
it.
25 people.
Now, what about Soleimani domestically? Because there's some. I didn't watch the video, but there's some video. The people who have shared it definitely are not going to. They're like America First type folks. The people that I've seen share this video. So domestically, when like Iran shuts off internet access to people for however long they did, and crack down on things domestically, does Soleimani have anything to do with that? Like when it comes to, I guess, domestic policy, domestic crackdown.
No, I mean
on
he's not a
things?
politician. He's
Yeah.
a general, and all his stuff is in foreign policy.
So he wouldn't be any like type of domestic.
No.
cracking
A lot of
down
people
on-
separate him from the regime in Iran. A lot of people that do not like the Iranian government still like Soleimani.
That seemed to be like a thing that I saw is like no matter what side of whatever you are in Iran, that Soleimani is like the unifying
He
person.
is a soldier's soldier. He is a man that's loyal to Iran.
He's Iran's Pat.
I mean, he was probably the greatest general of our time. Our generals are dog shit, right?
Yeah,
betray us.
Just pay them money.
Just
and
pay them money.
pay them
Grand
money
sta-
while I sleep with my mistress and tell her like all these.
The Anbar Awakening.
let me tell the author of this book or whatever as I jog with her all these secrets and then we're sleeping together. Sounds like
McChrystal,
are you all
too.
right, man? Tyler, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just.
You sick? You got a sick?
I'm not
yeah.
sick. I'm probably got COPD or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Don't we all? So we're-
McChrystal was a dumbass too. He ran his mouth off to Rolling Stone, didn't he?
Yeah, wasn't that what that movie was about? That recently it was the generals like going into Afghanistan and he fucks up everything, trying to be like all gung ho, and then like the Brad Pitt comes in as the new general, and it's basically the same person.
I can't stand watching any. I mean,
Yeah,
if it's a movie that
I
has
forgot
American
what it was.
soldiers
I
in it, it's
saw it
like,
on.
oh, my
I
eyes
saw it on
glaze
Netflix
over.
or some shit. So okay, so Soleimani and where does Hezbollah? I guess because you wrote that article that's going to be published about the 2006 Israeli invasion of Lebanon. So how does Soleimani? I'm guessing how does Soleimani and Hezbollah? How does this all fit together? Like, does Somalia have any ties to what we see as Hezbollah?
So, like, Iran talks a lot of shit about Israel. They talk a lot of shit about how they don't see a separation between Israel and the United States. But Hezbollah is a rational actor. All of these people are rational actors. These are not international terror groups
Some real
in the same
politics
vein
shit,
as
yeah.
Al Qaeda or whatever, right? They're not ISIS. They're shrewd. And Nasrallah, Hassan Nasrallah, who leads Hezbollah in Lebanon, doesn't want to bring people into war again. And they didn't even want the July war, the one that the article's about or whatever. It's something that's looked upon as a victory, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still like a regretful experience. There's a lot of damage that was done.
You want to talk about the 2006 invasion as it pertains to anything that's going on now?
I mean, it's sort of it's a separate thing, right?
Yeah.
Because Hezbollah is not going to attack Israel in
I mean, we got
concert
time to
with
kill. So if
Iran.
you want to go through like what I mean, we got plenty of time. So if
There's
you
a
want to,
lot of people in the fucking media talking about Hezbollah is going to operate in concert with Iran. Iran does not dictate to Hezbollah what to do. Hezbollah acts in its own interest and will not attack Israel. I'm 100% positive unless they feel like they are being threatened.
okay.
So, you know, I think it's bullshit. A lot of people talking about like, does Iran have like attacks in the U.S.? I saw something on CBS the other day. Will Iran strike within the U.S.? No.
Ugh.
Nasrallah said journalists, fucking
Civilians, basically, are off
civilians, tourists, all these people are off limits. Khamenei said in the legislative body the other day that death to America means death to Pompeo and death to Trump and
Yeah,
the
that was
American people
great.
we fucking
That was
love.
great. But I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of can we talk about the 2006 invasion?
Yeah.
I mean, we got plenty of time. I would like to hear because I mean, I am going to read it when it comes out. But like you wrote it, so it's a preview for our listeners. and
Where's
they
it-
might
Couldn't
Who's
say
publishing
Israel
it?
got their
It's-
ass whomped. Oh, it's the AUM Historical Review.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so like I'll say your thesis is Israel got their ass stomped. But so how did Wonder Woman lose to Hezbollah? Because she was in the IDF when that was going on, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The actress that plays Wonder
Gal
Woman,
Gadot.
yeah, she's IDF, and she was in part of
No
the invasion.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wasn't she part of the invasion?
I don't know. I think she may have been in at the time. But they put the hot ones in recruiting. They put the hot ones.
I heard that all my Jewish friends.
They put the
from
hot
New York,
ones on Birthright.
They're like, yeah, they do, they say that, and there's like all my Jewish friends up in New York. When I worked at that camp, they were just they were all like, yeah, when we went on Birthright, they like team us like really hot Israeli IDF soldiers to like get us to become Israeli citizens and join the IDF.
So I used to watch H3H3 on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? And it's Gila and Ethan Klein, and he went on Birthright and met her and brought her to America. It's like, hell yeah, doing it the right way.
All right, so 2006 invasion, what happened? Basically, give us a short run, a preview to the article that's going to be published, and we'll link it on the page when it gets.
Hezbollah kidnaps an Israeli soldier.
Oh yeah, I do remember this. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now. There were two of them,
It's
I
like
think.
16 when this happened. Yeah.
And Israel responds with just a full ground invasion where they just get murked. I mean, they don't make it, I think, more than 5 kilometers inside of Lebanon.
Shit.
They lose like a fucking, or they don't lose it, but they a destroyer that was severely damaged. Like, and I remember distinctly that Nasrallah was like talking shit on Masdar TV, like while the destroyer was hit, and he's saying like, in a few moments you will see blah blah blah, and then breaking news: the destroyer, the INS Hannet was like up in flames.
Remember the USS Liberty?
They got, I mean, I forget how many Merkava tanks. Lebanon is like hilly country.
Yeah.
It's shrubby. It's great for guerrilla warfare. It's got these long valleys, not so great for tanks. You get them in there.
So they
You don't know
bottleneck
what
them.
you're doing. Also,
Yeah.
this is what happens when you have a military like the IDF, where you spend the last 20 to 40 years not fighting a war,
Mm-hmm.
but instead, what's it called? Just beating down the Palestinian
Yeah.
population, right? So there's no war fighting capability anymore. They don't know what it's like to go against another army. It's the same reason if we went to war with Iran with their mix of conventional and unconventional attack, we would get fucking washed.
Murked.
Washed.
Yeah.
Because all people know how to do is ride around the strikers or whatever in Afghanistan, right? And just hang off the side and get shot at.
Yeah.
They don't know fucking anything about the people. They don't know anything about the political situation. I had one guy, friend of mine, come back from Afghanistan and say, you know, those Arabs, they'd kill you over there. It's really in Afghanistan.
There's Arabs in
You
Afghanistan.
don't fucking, I mean, I'm sure there are some, but fuck.
Jesus.
How do you get that so
just wanna, like-
disconnected
they just
from the
wanna, like,
population that you
Generation kill this shit, and they want to like roll in. Y'all, Tyler's dying, so
Yeah.
they just want to roll in with their unarmored Humvees blaring like fucking Perfect Circle to try to scare people, and they're just gonna get murked.
Yeah, Tool's garbage. Perfect Circle's garbage. That's all I got to put in on that.
I mean, I like some of their songs.
Free Palestine.
What's his face? Their front man,
Lanyard.
John Maynard,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck is. He's an asshole. He is.
I'm gonna go grab
total-
my Mucinex.
Yeah, go grab your Mucinex. Man, them Mucinex is fucking awesome. I don't know what it's fucking great. You drink an 8-ounce glass of water, that Mucinex, you be coughing up shit.
Pass it around a robo truck.
No, I'm good, man. You're fucking nuts. So Tyler goes to get his Robitussin. All right, Brother William. So Israel gets murked in 2006. Y'all, we'll post a link to the article posted on our Facebook page. Y'all can read Brother William's work. So, okay, so now, what was the last thing we talked about? We talked about Syria and Iraq. Okay, so I guess
the events of the last week.
So now, hold on. We're going to talk about that 2002 War Games. So basically, that shit was wild. How so in 2002 the Millennium War Games, it's
Millennium Challenge.
Millennium Challenge. So it pits the red team and the blue team. The red team is supposed to be Iran, and the blue team is the U.S. And they choose this like really salty, retired Marine general
Van Riper.
to be the leader of the red team. And basically, long story short, he ends up sinking a fucking carrier group and killing an estimated imaginary 20,000 soldiers. Sinks a fucking carrier, all because he knew. And I'm guessing like if he knows, then Iranian spies, Iranian intelligence could have an estimate of how many missiles a carrier can, how many missiles the carrier defense system can take before.
I'm telling you, it ain't a lot.
Ain't a lot.
It ain't a lot.
So
These
he
things
just
are obsolete. Gary Brecher wrote about it. The
Really?
War Nerd. Check out the War Nerd. Check out the War Nerd radio.
So he fires all his missiles at this carrier, and it sinks the carrier. And he's taking like Republican Guard ships, like laden with C4 suicide, like how they did the USS Cole. And he's ramming these speedboats laden with C4 and blowing up these boats and sinking this carrier fleet. like this. And I thought what was genius is that he knew that the U.S. would block his satellite reception, so they want to intercept his radio transmissions. So what he did is he had motorcycle carriers spotting along the coast and driving around and relaying messages by hand through their motorcycle carriers. And then I also thought was epic was during the call to prayer, he had secret messages in the call to prayers that were being announced over the loudspeakers of the mosques, like relaying messages on troop movements and things like that. And he ends up fucking winning, basically. And then they stop the war game. They're like, oh, he cheated.
They rewrite it.
Rewrite the rules so the U.S. is definitely going to win. He writes like this major like critique of it, and of the war games, and then they classify it right off the bat. But he's basically like, we'll lose because we're too reliant on modern technology, and these people have been training for this for 40 years, and they're going to murk us.
The Persian Gulf isn't a joke. I mean,
They just got to scuttle a carrier fleet in the Strait of Hormuz and shut it down.
Israel learned that the era of the large surface vessel is over.
Yeah.
That cruise missiles have far outpaced missile defense technology. Iran has these Chinese-made Dongfeng 21s,
Yeah.
and they will fucking rip them to shreds. And if that doesn't work, they have, like you said, the fast boats or whatever, indistinguishable from the thousands of other pleasure craft of the Persian Gulf. I mean, we're talking about, this is the same Gulf, right? Where Dubai is.
Hey,
Right? Where Qatar is. Where Doha.
the Italians of the Arab world.
Fucking the new Sodom and Gomorrah.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, basically.
It'd be, I mean, like, when they said that any country that aided the United States would also be held responsible, just imagine one of those Cayenne medium-sized ballistic missiles, surface to surface, just slamming into the side of the Dubai, whatever, fucking boat-shaped tower.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Oh,
Westerner
my
gets the
God.
fuck out.
Yeah, oof. Their economy tanks.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
done. Saudi Arabia invades, takes them over.
Dubai, the last safe haven for real heroin.
Or they have the robot that has more rights than the women there.
Oh, shit, for real?
God.
I think that was a Dubai thing. And
Oh my
the cops that drive on the motorcycles that are like drones that go in the air. They stop people from kissing in public on
Oh,
those.
my God. Why the fuck would anyone vacation there? All right, so the events leading up to what's been going on now. So that Mucinex kicking in, the cough suppressant. Okay, so the events that have taken place recently. So Soleimani is basically lured into. So why was he in Iraq? Who was he with? What happened?
So he's in Iraq.
So Iraqi, or
To the best
Iraqi
of my
protests,
understanding,
right? Yeah. So
to the best of my understanding, he's in Iraq. He's looking at the hangars where there was some kind of damage to the hangars with Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, the guy who led Kataib Hezbollah, and they're there with a retinue of a couple other people, and they get hit with a Hellfire missile.
from a drone.
Yeah, on some service road right outside the Baghdad International Airport, which, inshallah, will soon be named the Qasim Soleimani International Airport.
Yeah.
They've talked about it. Yeah.
Okay, so why? So he's there and he's assassinated. Basically, he's assassinated.
It's an assassination.
So then walk us through.
And props
walk us
to Bernie
through-
for calling it that.
Yeah, props
and every
to
other
Sanders, yeah.
chicken shit lib. Buttigieg was out there talking shit about Venezuela.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Abu Dajjaj. I call him.
Oh, yeah.
Abu Dajjaj, right?
Yeah.
Because Buttigieg is a Maltese name. Maltese is Old Arabic, right? From when they ran Sicily, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. So back when Italy was good. Back
Hey,
when they.
hey, don't. That better not be Columbus up there.
So Buttigieg
Just love that
is a bastardized version of Abu Dajjaj, which means the father of chicken. It's like a kunya that
Yeah.
you get called. So he's chicken daddy, which sounds vaguely
Chicken
sexual.
daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy chicken.
You got your bears, you got your twinks, you got your chicken daddies.
Buttigieg is a fucking chicken daddy.
Oh god.
No,
All
he's
right,
scum. And this shit about
I mean,
Venezuela the other
he's a
day.
CIA plant, is what he is. He's
Yeah,
basically a CIA agent. He's Daddy Bush. He's like Papa Bush was the head of the CIA and became
That
president.
bread fixing thing was
Oh
so
my god,
fucking
dude! He
funny.
wanted to privatize the fucking post office. Like he was part of that whole group that wanted to privatize the
McKinsey.
US.
Yeah.
McKinsey. They wanted to privatize the postal service.
Someone said on Twitter, they're like, isn't McKinsey the group that all the people in Mad Men don't want to go work for because they're so fucking evil? It's like, fuck.
Okay, so he's assassinated, and then what happens? Like what? So
And
like,
then-
we all know like what the news covered. Now what is your like what the fuck happens? Like why? What? How? Just what the fuck?
The next day, just an outpouring of grief from Shia all over the world. When his body is taken back a couple days later, first to Avaz, you see the pictures on Twitter,
Yeah.
the videos of just lines. I mean,
Millions of people.
millions of people. Just everybody in black.
That were
Just
obviously
wait.
forced to be there. The government pushed them at gunpoint and said you had to be here.
No. I mean,
No, they were saying it's like even in areas that are not
Avaz is an Arab area
that
so
don't
it's-
like the regime.
There
They're
is a
still coming
resistance
out.
movement
Yeah.
there to the yeah.
and they're coming out to support this general. Yeah,
So this guy's like-
assassinated.
He's a folk hero.
Yeah, I'm sold on it. This guy was a fucking hero.
I'm thinking about. I mean, like, I'm legit thinking about getting one of these rings that he wore. You can see it when he passed. You can see one of the pictures of it on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little prayer in it, and it's got a big red rock. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a good look.
It is a good look.
It is a
And your
good
gold
look.
chain and that ring to be good. You'd be Persian. Speaking of red, what's this red flag thing that they talking about? This flag of war, of revenge that was.
Of avenging.
Like,
It's
what
in the
is
same
this?
vein of the Shia. Do you know what happened at Karbala?
No.
You fucking heathen.
Oh my god.
All right, 7th century. You're talking about the succession to Muhammad. You're talking about Ali's been killed. The Umayyad Caliphate rests in Damascus, I think. Fuck, I'm foggy on this.
I have no idea what
You
you're talking
fucking
about. I don't think
heathen.
anyone. I think majority of this is work, Tyler. This is
Now-
work all
now-
day.
now-
Will is just talking about this shit. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Now look here, Goy. I will take it from here. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
you gotta save that line for the Civil War episodes. We're talking about Judah Benjamin.
The red flag is about avenging the deaths of the Prophet's family at Karbala.
What the hell?
He's got Siri on.
What is Siri
He's
saying?
a cop.
Dude, it's fucking a drone strike. We're gonna fucking die. They're coming in now. Holy shit.
God. Blackwater.
Blackwater, no, not again.
You joke. Obama killed that American kid, that 16-year-old kid.
Shit. Yeah, he did.
I'm up there, bro. I was sitting there asking. I got chewed out by my uncle for asking people to donate to Hezbollah for my birthday on Facebook. Said Facebook won't let me donate to the Holy Land Foundation. So please, in lieu of that,
Donate the fucking Hezbollah. Oh my god. So what? God damn it. Where were we? Oh, so what is this? The red flag is what? Like a wrap up of the.
it's a reference to the martyrdom of the Prophet's family at Karbala, where 10,000, an army led by Yazid, the illegitimate caliph. God, I'm showing my. Went to.
bias here. Our one listener in Saudi Arabia is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, the one listener from Mecca in the Saudi Secret Service. Shout out, by the way. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, shout out to our one listener in Saudi Arabia. That's pretty dope. We got some international listeners. It's pretty cool. I think Australia, of all places, is our biggest international listeners. I think we got like 5 listeners in Australia.
Oh, good eye, mate.
Yeah.
Bless you guys. What y'all are going through right
Yeah,
now.
golly.
see
I wish
it.
I wish you a
serious
good old
shit.
Dairoo.
Yeah, koalas are now functionally extinct, and their country's on fire. And
Yeah.
no one's really covering like that, like how the Aboriginals are taking it, because like it's just like it's just the indigenous people kind of pushed to the side. Like everyone's like, oh my god, Australia, but like what the like people need to actually like check on the like how the Aboriginals handling this. They already had their land stolen and now it's on fire because white folks suck. And so yeah, that definitely needs to be something that needs to be talked about. But obviously not, because white people suck. Anyway,
Just the Anglo settler states are just in a competition for who can fucking.
yeah, I'm like a third of the way through Settlers now, and oh god, white people are the devil.
Do they talk about Australia?
No, it's the myth of the mythology of the white proletariat and the settler colony that is America.
Oh,
Okay, so we got the red flag, and so then what? So Soleimani's dead. So what's the response?
So you have the response in Avaz, and then you have the response in his hometown where people are all along the side of the mountains. You got to see these videos on Twitter. They're unbelievable numbers of people.
It's your little notebook.
Yeah.
He has his little notebook as busted out during the first episode.
And
His little notepad.
that's all I'm checking for is the date. This is January 8th.
Yeah.
Is the Iranian response well calculated? I gotta say, they used these short range ballistic missiles right. They took out a lot of equipment. They warned the Americans, so nobody died.
They warned the Iraqis too.
They warned the Iraqis who warned the Americans. They
Okay.
knew what was gonna You knew what was gonna
Yeah.
happen. And seems well played. I mean, they're very good at this. They're very good at forcing the U.S. to be the one that takes the next move to escalate. And Trump doesn't want this fucking smoke. Like I said, we talked about the Millennium Challenge. They can bomb Iran. Hopefully Iran buys these S-400s from Russia. I hope to God that they build some air defense
Inshallah.
because I want to see that F-35 shot down.
Oh my
Nothing
God,
would be
yes.
funnier to me than to watch that F-35 get shot down.
$1 trillion fucking
Uploaded
program.
to some Iranian teenager's TikTok. Be fucking dope. That's by the way, that's how U.S. soldiers.
What music should I put behind the TikTok of the F-35 getting shot down?
I don't know. I don't know.
Something by Cardi B. It's got to be something like that.
I was thinking Mad World.
X gon' give it to you.
That's
Gon' give it to you.
that's how U.S. troops are going to get popped there is because people on Snapchat are going to be giving away on their private cell phones or whatever. Because they're going to be giving away their location.
Soldiers just like TikToking.
Yeah.
and fucking Snapchat with the location
Oh,
settings.
they already told people in the army to get rid of TikTok because it's Chinese.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But Chinese TikTok is lit, dude. Have you seen it?
No.
They got that guy Pan Zing. I think maybe they banned him, but now he's back. He's the one that drinks all that shit, the egg and the beer and the vodka.
Sounds disgusting.
Oh, it's awful. But he's a champ. And then it's dope. Chinese TikTok is dope. I gotta say. I don't know what the fuck
Shout
you're
out
saying,
to
but
Chinese TikTok.
yeah, there's some talented kids over there.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Vine.
Break dancing in the
R.I.P.
fucking.
Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know why Vine got put out, right?
Because they got bought by Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter wanted to prevent black kids from being funny. And Vine was too funny. So Twitter had to cut their knees out from under them.
Oh my God.
Goddamn white supremacy.
Twitter's
every fucking
evil.
time.
Twitter's fucking evil, dude. When Jack was like taking a spa in Burma while they're doing ethnic cleansing like fucking 50 miles
Wait,
away.
what? Who?
Jack, what's his name from Twitter? The guy that owns Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Just fucking archetype Silicon Valley dead-eyed
So what's going on? He's taking
psychopath.
he's on a hot tub
a couple of years ago, maybe it was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, something. He went to Burma, and he took like a Vispanasa retreat or whatever. I don't know what the yoga thing is, but it's like while they're fucking just murdering the Muslim population there.
Yeah, she's about to go down for war crimes, even though
Aung San Suu Kyi.
It's kind of. It seems like I don't know. Like I haven't been studying as closely as I should, but it seems like that the head of the military, the general that's in charge, seems to be the power behind the scenes, really doing everything. And unfortunately, she's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know. She's probably
Yeah, she
at
just
fault.
gave them cover
Yeah.
to be like the elected government or
It just
whatever.
seems like they. I mean, she seems to. I don't know. I don't know much about it. It just seems like there's more to the story than her being tried for war crimes. Should be, you know, that the leader of the military seems to be the one that was directing everything. Anyway, that's a whole nother. Listen to another podcast to talk about that. But okay, so Soleimani's dead. The response. Then what? Iran responded, and then Trump was like.
Then Trump came out and he announced more sanctions, which is fucking
Stupid.
Stupid.
Well, Iran said
bullshit.
they're pulling out of their end of the Iran deal, even though we pulled out of ours.
Yeah, they're still going to allow international inspections. They still don't want to be accused of withdrawing from all their responsibilities by the European governments or whatever. But man, they're not getting any help from Europe in regards to like a special vehicle to allow for circumventing sanctions. It sucks. The other thing I wanted to say about Iraq, though, was that China's getting a foothold there.
You got it on your notepad?
Yeah, I wrote it down earlier. There's a rumor that the prime minister who was just resigned or whatever was going to sign an infrastructure deal with China.
Oh shit! They're gonna call it the Silk Road. President Xi, shout out.
Yeah, the what's it called? One Belt, One Road.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
God, that'd have been crazy if they fucking got it. If Iraq got on the Belt Road Initiative.
So they are right. They're
Yeah.
part of it. The rumor is that Iraq wanted to sign like a 20-year infrastructure or whatever deal with China.
Yeah.
It would have like given China, some guaranteed access to their oil or whatever. It was pissed Trump off.
Yeah, obviously.
And the administration called up, God, what's his name? Adel Abdul Mahdi, the last prime minister.
Yeah.
He resigned on December 1st, but he's in the caretaker mode or whatever. So he's like still prime minister, but he's a duck with clipped wings, lame duck.
Okay, he's lined up. Yeah.
And whoever the next guy is, whew, that's going to be a hell of a job, right?
Oh,
Because you
man.
got to negotiate this thing with Iran and the United States and the power balance between them. And like I said about Sadr being such a shrewd politician earlier, it'll be a messy situation.
Yeah, it
But,
sounds like a fucking mess.
Adel Abdul Mahdi, from what I understand, the rumor is that he says that Trump threatened him and forced him to resign and said that he would like cause protests to make him
Trump
be
made him an offer he
overthrown.
couldn't refuse. It was a good deal.
But you
Best
never
deal.
fucking know with the
Yeah.
United States. You don't know what they're just insidious fucking.
Dude,
Trump sent Luca Brasi.
Luca Brasi to the fuck. He put a gun to his head and said either your brains or your signature is going to end up on this contract.
But thank God that we're not at war right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cooler heads have prevailed. Like I said, the people at the Pentagon, they know they don't want that smoke. People in Iran know that they'd be paying the price.
We'd be fucked.
It would be. It's not. We joke about I've seen a lot of people joke about World War III, about us getting drafted or whatever. It's not us that would.
No, we're too fucking old, too fucking fat.
No, let's.
It would be Iraqi and Iranian civilians that would
go ahead
bear
and
the
say
worst.
this. Like,
And Zoomers.
the U.S. doesn't need the draft anymore because we have the fucking perfect draft, which is poverty.
Yeah.
They trick these poor fucking kids. Come join us. You can get a fucking Camaro and shit. You know.
All this for
I
a
sent
Dodge
this thing to
Charger.
Nelson that was talking about how now they show that the military is disproportionate, or it's middle class. It's people
Yeah.
above the average.
Because they met the recruitment quotas because they targeted people with student loan debt, saying we'll pay off your student loans if you join the military. And people are desperate because they want their student loans paid off because there's an albatross hanging around their necks, so they can't do anything. So they're like, okay, we'll sign up and have our student loan debts paid off. So I think that obviously a lot of poor people get tricked into joining the military. But now you say with that middle class trend, it seems to be like just people and millennials and Zoomers that wanted a college degree and had student loan debt have no other job opportunities, so they just join the military.
Just cynical, psychotic.
No.
I'm sorry. It's people joining the military. You get what you pay for.
The
I'll tell you that. Go to jail before you go to Iran. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
because what you find in Iran.
It's not Call of Duty. It's not Modern
except for
Warfare.
them poppy filled. But
Oh my god.
but the real chef's kiss, the real just fucking great part about not going to war with Iran.
What?
Toby Keith's not coming back.
Oh, thank God. Where were you?
Yeah, I don't think I could.
Can't let them build at the mosque at Ground Zero.
I was talking about the 20-year trend of just getting our asses whomped. That's why they made Jafar in Aladdin. He's the bad guy. Jafar is a sectarian Shia name. They're laying the groundwork
Oh my
for the
God.
hate. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You remember they seen that scene going around on Twitter? It's the Joker when the
Yeah.
Ayatollah makes
Yeah.
the Joker the ambassador
Oh
to
my
Iran.
God.
Fucking dope.
No, it's just like I was watching all this shit unfold. I was like, God, this is 2003 all fucking over again. It's like these Zoomers have no idea what the fuck we
I
had to go
saw
through.
a conservative high school kid from Twitter, from Montgomery, was like, oh, you don't trust the intel services or whatever? Like, I would
No.
trust them before I trust you. I said, buddy.
Buddy, you don't remember having to watch Colin Powell. I was like 13, or 12, 13 years old. I fucking remember Colin Powell going up to the UN was like, they have these mobile facilities and they can be camouflaged like this, and they're making weapons of mass
Aluminum
destruction.
tubes.
Aluminum tubes. That motherfucker bought aluminum tubes. I have to tell you what you can do with aluminum tubes. Yellow cake from remember that shit? He bought yellow
Don't
cake,
drop that shit.
When
Pray to God,
Scooter
he would
Libby
drop that shit.
just revealed a CIA
oh my
agent
God,
went to jail over
yes.
it.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
remember.
God.
I remember being about.
Valerie playing fucking.
I remember Colin Powell
remember
being like,
being-
fuck this shit, I'm out.
I want to say I was like 6 or 7
Yeah.
when they fucking aired it on the news. Us dropping the goddamn bombs over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember being probably around 8 or 9 at the time. Whenever they killed Saddam Hussein, and then my fucking dad like sitting there and be like, "Hey man, you want to see this guy get hung?" And I'm just like, "I'm a 9-year-old kid. I don't know what the fuck's going on." I'm like, "Yeah."
I remember being I remember doing the surge. I was like 16, 17 years old, right? And like I mentioned this in the last episode. Every time the recruiters came to my high school, I just wanted to flip those tables and tell them to go fuck themselves. Because at that point, being 17, like 16, 17 years old, I'm fully aware that this is bullshit.
Just pick up the phone and say, Mark Bar America?
Oh, they called me. I think I don't know if this is some Mandela effect shit, but I'm pretty sure they like texted me or called me, and like I just politely said no. Instead of just being like, go fuck yourself.
They called me in 9th grade because it's middle school in our school district, but it's in a lot of places it's high school.
I remember it was high school. We had to take that test, the military.
The ASVAB.
The ASVAB, yeah.
See, I was this close to joining the fucking Marines when I was trying to get out of school, but my dad talked me out of it.
What'd he say?
He's like, boy, you don't like discipline. You don't like that. You don't like to be clean. You don't like to do what people tell you. Boy, don't do that. And then they were like, you just got to lose 15 pounds. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. That's your job to make me lose that weight. I'm not doing this on my own time.
Oh my god.
But see, like, I didn't have my awakening until about 21. So like, at that point, War to me was like, fucking, we're the G.I. Joes. Everybody else that we're fighting Cobra. Fuck them, you know?
I remember getting in trouble in middle school for ripping off. It's like 2004. I was 14, so I remember getting in trouble for ripping off this Bush Cheney sticker off this kid's fucking notebook. I got in trouble for that. I was like, you fuck this shit.
At a Catholic high school.
At a Catholic school,
See, at 13, I was getting in trouble for like drawing pentagrams and shit. I was fighting the real war, the war against Christ.
in that spiky S war.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. This symbol that no one knows where it came from. I think Vice did a fucking article about it because Vice would.
You're gonna find it on some Pictish stone next to the dolphin in Scotland. This is some
ancient
rune
lithograph. This is some ancient writings from back in the day. But yeah, thank God we're at a fucking war that ran, because like I don't know, man. I was telling a friend that I know is a combat vet that's like totally anti-war and realizes it's all bullshit. I was just like, I don't even know if I mentioned this last episode, but maybe it did when it got cut out. But like, I've never had the urge to join the fucking military because, like, one, my parents grew up doing like Vietnam. Like, parents graduated in 1970, so I had friends that had to go to Vietnam and got killed. But it's like just watching war movies and knowing it's a movie, like that image. I don't know if I mentioned this last episode. I'm gonna repeat it anyway. The image in like Saving Private Ryan, right, where they try to take that machine gun fortification, and the medic gets shot in the gut, and he's bleeding out, and he's like screaming for his mom after telling that really fucking sad ass story about how he wished he would have like let it like talk to his mom at night when he was in bed when his mom came home from work and just wanted to talk, and how he regrets not doing that more than he gets fucking shot, and he's screaming out for his mom, and it's a fucking movie. Like, obviously, like this, it's a fucking movie, but like that shit happens. Like, I think that like our generation, it's like. With that, oh my god, what the fuck was his name? The speech at the end of the last episode that we put in.
Oh, the British dude.
Yeah, Tony Benn. It's like how absurd, how naive we are to think that war is just a video game.
Tony Bennett?
Yeah, Tony Bennett. What?
How naive we are.
Shut up. But just to like think that war...
To think that war is just a game. Hey, everybody.
Jeremy Corbyn's in the background. You see him over his shoulder, like saying that, being like, right on, man. I totally agree with that. Corbyn as a young backbencher. But
he's got a Sinn Féin pin on.
Hell yeah. But it's just like how naive we are to think that war is just like a video game and he said Channel 3 blip. Like, it's just a news clip. It's like a video game. People think it's like fun until you see your friend blown up next to you and you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, back in like 2005, they put out a fucking war simulation video game that was designed by the Army and sold to fucking kids.
America's Army, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
Just a dog shit game. I think Hezbollah ripped it off and they made one where you fight against Israel, and that version looked way more cool.
Yeah. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. That's just fucking wild. So now we're at present day. What do you think?
Shit, wait, hold on. Battlefield 4, did they not have like a campaign where you ride a tank into Tehran? They do.
Yeah.
I think it's something to do with
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
Well,
see, when it comes to
saying it now on the podcast, American troops will never march into Tehran.
Yeah, you cross the Zagros, it's how are you gonna get in there? First of all, right? You go through Afghanistan, it's a slaughterhouse, right? You
Mountains, right?
Yeah, mountains on both sides, and then the Persian Gulf at the bottom, right? What are you going to invade and go from the bottom up? No.
Let's be honest. Out of all those games, though, the time I felt the most alive was No Russian.
Metal Gear Solid. Call me Snake.
You don't have to shoot them, Tyler.
Oh my god, yeah. What was it the one where you could choose?
It's part of the game.
You could choose
Where
to
are
like
the
not do
fucking
the
kids
massacre.
at?
Jesus. We do not condone the massacre of children unless it's the Romanovs.
Something that you hear it. I don't know if you were in the Trap House days or whatever, Dirty 30 on California Street, and they're like, they would put like Mortal Kombat on. They'd make it computer versus computer, and then they'd bet on who would win.
Oh god.
Y'all did that?
Yeah. And then they do what would the other one was like some old NFL game, Madden game. They'd put it on computer versus computer, and then bet who was going to win over like a 5 or 10 minute match. This is so funny being over there and hearing someone go, "Why are there no kids in GTA?" It's like, fuck.
Oh god. GTA 5. They included dogs. You would just have some little like white bitch in yoga pants, and I would love to just go up with the fucking Desert Eagle and just bam, shoot her fucking dog.
Jesus Christ, dude!
Fuck!
It's a video game. Okay?
In video games, I keep halal.
And this is
when
why,
I play,
and
no
this is
pork,
why
no
our
alcohol.
generation thinks it's a fucking a war is a fucking video game.
No, I think that a video game is a fucking video game.
Right.
Am I gonna go out and shoot someone's dog in real life? Probably not.
Does Trump have a dog?
No. Trump
I'm
famously
not gonna kill dogs.
doesn't like
That's
dogs,
bad.
doesn't know
I'm not
anything about
Michael Vick.
dogs.
I'm not gonna fucking kill.
There was
some
one
dog.
he was like, hey, he's sweating like a dog.
Oh my god. But no, I mean, like we understand that it's a difference between a video game and war. But there's people out there like, man, I get to.
I can think of one guy in particular who's into drones.
And yeah, let's not talk. Let's not. Anyway, so there's people who think
Obama.
it's a people who think it's a video game and like think that going to war will be a fucking video game. That is pretty fucked up. That like some fucking computer nerd in Nevada killed like one of the best generals of our lifetime with a fucking joystick. Then again, we're probably about to get drone strike with a Hellfire missile. We're gonna get canceled.
No, what we have to worry about. Blackwater.
Oh yeah, Blackwater. And the League of the South teaming up and taking us down. We do the
I drive by them all the time.
Oh my
it
god!
Is on my way home. Every day.
Like 10 minutes north of here, the fucking compound.
I had somebody try to convince me to like fucking. Well, I'm never mind. I'm not saying this.
I'm just saying, what if
Not going on record and saying anything.
you can have grenades in the county? I mean, like you can have grenades in this state, right?
Yeah,
Can you
probably.
have grenades?
Probably.
I don't know.
You can probably make them legally in Alabama. Roll damn tide. Woo.
Just take a flight tour, sightseeing tour on a helicopter, and just drop them out.
Use that
Pilot's
fucking
like, hey,
drone.
what are you doing? Hey, you know,
Hey,
use that.
check out these grenades I made. Oh, there's a kid.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
We're talking about Coleman. We're
I'm
talking
talking about racist children.
The
No,
children,
no.
Listen, the children at some point could probably be saved. Okay.
I'm a father. I'm just.
We do not. Oh my god.
My mom stood too close to a microwave when she was pregnant.
Oh my god.
Don't take anything I've said in the past 10 minutes serious. Like,
Man, with all the shit I've had to hear people say about
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
when the fucking Eddie Gallagher shit was going on and people were like, well, it's a war zone. And what do you think? A 13-year-old holding a rifle, they'll kill you, so you have to take them out too. It's like, motherfucker, that's the first clue that you should not even be there, right?
Yeah.
You can't pretend that if somebody came and invaded our country, that fucking every dad with a 13-year-old wouldn't be cheering his son on as he fucking sniped.
Wolverines!
You know what I mean?
no. Hold on. Do not fucking get on to me when half of goddamn social media right now is fucking swooning over some Netflix show where the fucking serial killer stalker on it. Have you seen this shit?
Is that you?
Oh
Yeah,
is that
you like.
I haven't
like,
watched it.
Everybody's like swooned over this guy. I'm like, so I look it up. I'm like, who the fuck
The
is this
Americans
guy?
love serial killers. We are fucking obsessed with serial killers. Somewhere along the line, serial killers stopped and mass shooters started.
Look, if y'all can romanticize Ted Bundy, I can romanticize killing racist
All right,
children.
all right. Touche. If people can romanticize that sick fuck. All right, Will, what do you think the future holds with this shit?
Oh man, we'll see how Iraqi politics shakes out. That next prime minister is going to have a hell of a job. My guess is that the PMUs in Iraq are not satisfied with the Iranian response. Iran doesn't want a war. The United States doesn't want a war. But get prepared for, mortar attacks, increased hostilities between the PMUs and American forces that are still there. We should get out of the fucking country now.
Yeah.
We should have been out. And that's the one thing I think we should hammer with conservatives, because fundamentally they know it. That, Trump ran on war crimes, but he also ran on not going into dumb wars. And when I was talking to these conservatives at the bar or whatever, trying to make them explain why we should be in Iraq seemed to be the best way to get them to see the point that this is stupid. This whole thing is stupid.
Damn. I'm sure it's a lot of that.
So it's we'll see.
I had a huge discussion the other day because somebody knew I was coming on this podcast. And the whole time I was telling them about what we were going to do, I kept saying Iran. And they stopped me. They stopped me and they're like, look, if you're going to go on the air and you're going to say this, you got to fucking pronounce it correct. It's Iran.
Iran.
And I'm just like,
why don't they just go back to being called Persia? This is always going to be around. I don't understand. Why not?
I don't know. I think one of the Pahlavis changed it.
It was changed. Land of the Aryans. He was he was a Nazi sympathizer back during World War II. They changed it. It went from Persia to Iran. I'm almost positive that's the case.
That
and then the British were like, oh no, fuck, bloody hell. I say, oh chap, we have to stop this. Did you? Who's the prince? What's his face is now gonna be taking a step back. He's like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm tired.
Prince molesting witch.
Yo,
Prince molesting witch of hand upon thine.
So time out, dude. Okay, so everyone gave the IRA shit for blowing up Lord Mountbatten because he was like this nice old man. Come to find out,
he was a pedophile.
A fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
So shout out to the critical support for the IRA for support for the IRA for blowing up Lord Mountbatten's ship and killing a fucking pedophile. It was great.
Yeah.
Every king is a pedophile. That's my view.
I mean, like I said, every royal family should end up like the Romanovs.
King of pop.
Pew 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 pew.
Pedophile.
Pew, 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 pew. Listen.
King of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Pedophile.
Pew 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 pew.
All right.
All right. So
The only pure king is King Diamond.
Yeah. King Crimson.
King Crimson.
Jesus. All right, Joe. Anything else?
Mark Bar America.
I have no idea what.
This is my favorite episode. This is my favorite fucking episode. I'm so happy to be
The
back.
little Persian I do know, right,
Yeah.
is Marg Bar America, which is death to America.
Oh, okay.
If you want to know this in Arabic, it's Mot li America.
Okay.
Motley America.
Yeah,
Mot
take that,
li
pros of the
America.
round table. We're saying death to America in other languages. Y'all just whispered in the microphone, and now we're saying different languages. So the
Hold on, don't call anybody out. I'm not trying to get into a
I'm just saying
celebrity boxing match.
No. Pros of the round table, guys. We got grenades.
No, dude, we ended up getting to hang out with Jamie. That was pretty. That was
Yeah.
pretty. that was
Yeah,
pretty lit
he's a
when he
cool
came.
dude.
Yeah, he's a
Very
dude.
cool guy. Got to see me wave my gun around in public.
That was so funny when he put it on the table and like covered it in the napkin. He's like, "That's the most Alabama thing I've seen in so long." Holy
Yeah, it's
shit.
funny how they always end up pointed at me. That's so funny.
I left mine in the car. I should have brought it. We just put
Yeah.
all the guns on the table.
Well, I usually like to point mine in my mouth.
Jesus.
Hey, don't fucking kink shame me.
Just doing your comedy routine. Just, oh.
We are gonna get fucking canceled. What are we, 5 episodes in?
They can't cancel us.
You said somewhere between Pros of the Round Table and Cumtown, so fucking
Yeah,
I'm getting
I
us there,
guess.
cuz.
Oh my god. All right, Charles, is that it?
Yeah.
We good? All right, y'all. At Dixieland, the proletariat, we believe the
Hey, wait,
South.
wait.
What?
Are you doing shout outs at the end? 'Cause
No,
you
we already did our shout out.
Did you do shout out for the Needle Exchange?
Oh yeah, shit. Okay, yeah, hold on.
Way to
hold
go, piece of shit.
on. Listen. Oh god, hold on. Keep talking because I got to pull that up.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
I am a jerk. One of our followers wanted us to give a shout out to Good Works in North Alabama Harm Reduction. They're an independent DIY punk non agency with no ties to government funding and or established programs that are doing some good work up there, helping people get clean. And what? What? Why are you all laughing at me?
I'm over here looking like Geordi from Star Trek with the making him laugh. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this.
So shout out to Good Works North Alabama Harm Reduction. Check them out on social media. Check them out, and I don't know. Definitely, I think we're gonna talk about that more. Definitely,
And,
'cause that's something that we need an episode. We need.
If
to do
you've got
on.
a
Probably
needle
hit them up.
exchange in your town and you are an IV drug user, and this is from knowing IV drug users and having a small pass with it or whatever. If you have access to clean needles, that shit is detrimental, not just to you, to everyone else, because we don't need to fucking pass around Hep C anymore, any of that shit.
Oh no,
Like,
you're saying if you have clean needles, that
if you have access
it's
to
good.
them,
yeah.
go get them, utilize that shit, because I mean it's just it's good praxis.
Yeah, because you definitely, obviously, don't want to pass on HIV and Hep C because that's. Oof. But yeah,
And plus you don't want to be. Never mind.
yeah, definitely shout out to them. Shout out to any organization that's helping with harm reduction. All right, y'all. So Dixieland, the proletariat. We believe the South will rise again, but this time for the right reasons. Those being worker-owned means of production, decolonization, and self-determination for all oppressed peoples. We're coming to you from the heart of Dixie, Montgomery, Alabama. We'd also like to recognize that we are recording on occupied land that rightfully belongs to the Muskogee tribe and its people. Also, y'all, I want to. I don't want to end on a sad note, but want to give special shout outs and remembrance to two people we lost recently, two comrades. We had a friend of the show, my big brother in Tall Cap Epsilon, John. Him and his brother supported the podcast through Patreon. He unfortunately passed away due to health reasons that he had from birth, and that was pretty traumatic for me and for his family. So just keep John Canant in your thoughts. Send good vibes, prayers, however you like to remember, to his family. Also, unfortunately, in Montgomery, the LGBT community lost a fighter in our friend Emerald. She's a trans woman, locally, unfortunately passed away recently. A lot of love and support for her in the LGBT community coming from Montgomery. People think that the South is still just... It has its problems and it has its backward ways, but within that, you have that makes these marginalized groups like very close. And the LGBT community in Montgomery is a very tight knit group, and they lost somebody. So please keep Emerald and the Montgomery LGBT community in your thoughts and prayers, in your good vibes, however you try to mourn. With that being said, y'all, thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for helping us out. Two quick things is we have a Spotify playlist now. We're adding songs to that when it comes to just like songs we think people should hear when it comes to like working class history in the South, like real country music, et cetera, et cetera. Also started a Facebook group because I have no idea how to work Discord. Fans of Dixieland the Proletariat. If you go to our Facebook page, there's a link to it there. Please answer the questions before you, so we can let you in. If we don't know you, just it's a security thing. But all right, y'all. Next week we have Mia coming in talking about reproductive rights and justice in the South and how you can correctly support your local reproductive health clinic and or Planned Parenthood.
Very much looking forward to that one.
That is going to
it's
be a
gonna
great
be a good one.
episode. It'll be next week. And until then, y'all, as Tyler says,
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Woo!